For Buddy Jewell, winning Nashville Star, the country music singing competition, came as a complete shock back in 2003.
I knew there was no way I was going to win. I thought every Saturday night I was going to be voted off. And here I'm, this big, guy, and I'm crying. And I think the first words out of my mouth when they asked me, I said, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing me. And I meant it.
Buddy, the first Nashville Star, instantly topped the country music charts. His debut album went gold, with hits like Sweet Southern Comfort and Pour Out the Rain. Have things calmed down yet?
Yeah, they have. Sometimes a little too calm for me. I've had some incredible moments in my life, and been able to step back and go, wow, I can't believe I'm getting to do this. And it's all because of God's blessings. But I truly believe that if God really wanted to, He could create a little TV show like Nashville Star just to give me my break. I think He loves me that much too.
Before his big break, Buddy recorded hundreds of demos for some of country's biggest names. But after 10 years of trying to make a name for himself in Nashville, Buddy hit a brick wall.
You went to almost every major record label and got rejection after rejection.
I went to every one of them.
Every one of them. What kept you going instead of saying, you know what, forget it?
Well, looking back, God kept me here. But I would get to the point where I would, they love my singing, but, no, you don't look like a star. You're too fat. You're too old. You're too this, too that. Something would come along where I thought I was going to get a record deal, and it would renew my fervor, and kept me here. I tell people, I thought I was coming to Nashville to be the next Garth Brooks, and like, actually, you're coming to Nashville for God to sober you up and straighten your life out.
It's easy now for Buddy to laugh off the old memories of his past. But when he was 17, his parents' divorce nearly crushed him.
It really broke my heart. I felt a lot of shame and guilt, and I don't blame them for the decisions that I made, because I made those decisions, and, that's all on me.
Buddy decided to start drinking.
I started like a lot of kids do, peer pressure, got drunk, liked, because of things I was going through at the time, medicating my feelings, pushing it all down, and it worked, for a while, and one thing led to another. That led to marijuana, and marijuana led to, cocaine and other drugs, and experimenting with, just about anything you could imagine by the time I was 21 years old.
He had a job playing in a band and touring the South, but sadly, he doesn't remember much of it.
I spent, 13 years of my life that a lot of it's a blur. I mean, that was all I lived for. And it wasn't necessarily the drinking, it was just the escape.
One night after a show in Texas, his reckless behavior caught up with him.
And on the way home, the blue lights came on behind me. And they pulled me over. I was drunk, and I had a little marijuana on me, and took me to jail, stuck me in the orange suit. I don't look good in orange, by the way. It finally helped me come to the point where I could realize and admit that I had a problem, and that I wasn't the man that God created me to be.
Buddy was released the next morning. 2 days later, his family packed up and moved to Nashville. There, he joined Alcoholics Anonymous.
For a good 3 years, I was really involved in the program, and it saved my life and my marriage. And I'm so thankful that God put that there for people like me.
Buddy committed to live his life God's way, just as he had done at the age of 7 when he first gave his life to Jesus.
My walk got closer with Him. God just changed my heart. I don't have that desire to live that kind of life and be that way anymore. I think that's made, all the difference in the world.
Buddy sings about Jesus in his latest single, Somebody Who Would Die For You, which has climbed the Christian country music charts. In 2008, he launched his own label, Diamond Dust Records, and now he's busy in the studio working on a new album.
And I've been praying about this a lot. I've had a lot of my fans ask me, why don't you do a gospel CD? And I I'd love to do that, and I think that may be where God's actually leading me to go. And if it is, that's fine with me. Looking back on my life and seeing all the times when, in some of my darkest moments when I didn't care, if I saw the next sunrise, and God was there all along, taking care of me when I wasn't taking care of me. I do truly believe that, as long as God is involved, that there's hope.